And welcome to today's webinar for Legal Futures, Tips and Traps when Drafting Legal Documents, Part 1. I'm Peter Dollar and I'm a freelance lecturer, trainer and writer. So today I'm going to be presenting a two-part webinar, and both parts will focus on the drafting of legal documents and how to make your drafting clearer and less likely to be challenged. So, beginning with general issues, such as how the courts interpret legal documents and the technical rules of interpretation that the courts will apply. I'm going to then go on to look at more specific areas relevant to drafting. I'm going to be including practical examples throughout, as well as examples taken from the cases. So, part 1 of this webinar will cover an introduction to drafting, how the courts interpret legal drafting, the rules of interpretation. Then I'm going to give some guidance when drafting from scratch, which I think it's fair to say is an area that most lawyers are very frightened of. And then I'm going to look at some general drafting issues, including punctuation, will, shall and must and their varying meanings, the meaning of may or can, when to use and when to avoid the passive tense, avoiding ambiguous pronouns, avoiding legalese, and finally, gender-neutral drafting. And then part 2 of the webinar will consider specific drafting issues.